Hi, good afternoon, good evening. I hope everybody is having a relaxed Saturday, a relaxed weekend. Saturdays on the spectrum autism, they are celebrated as the soul searching Saturdays. And the thought that I want to share with you today is something to do with books. And I think each one of us, each one of our lives is like a book. Each one is so beautifully unique. We have chapters of all sorts and kinds. And the most empowering thought here is that we are the writers of our own books. Hi, my name is Shivali, and I welcome you to the 41st session of Talk to the Expert series organized by the Spectrum Autism team. The guest who's gracing this episode, this session, is one such beautiful person, a beautiful writer, a special educator, a published author, and a parent to a young adult on the spectrum, Medha. So I welcome Nivedita Sengupta. Hi Nivedita, welcome to Talk to the Expert series.
Thank you, Shivali. Namaste. Hi, Shivali. Thank you for this opportunity. It's just wonderful, actually overwhelming.
Oh, no. So I think it is our pleasure that you chose to come on our platform and you're here with the book that you've recently written, Above and Beyond. So before we start about talking about the book, I would request you to tell us about your journey. You have been a special educator and now you've written a book also. So how did this journey of being you, being Nivedita, how did this start until date? If you could just give us a brief about your journey.
Yes, thank you for mentioning the brief because it's a long journey. I would started as a parent. I was started as a young girl, 24-year-old girl with a little girl, beautiful baby who was born with all the milestones in place. And a mother, me, 24-year-old mother, had no knowledge. Of course, I was from the child development, child psychology background, but I had no knowledge of autism, very little knowledge, no exposure. And it was a hit and try method and focus, denial, little bit of denial, little bit of hope, mixture of both. This is way back in 1994. And journey started um, there, there only, that time, running to doctors, getting diagnosis, trying to understand, trying to believe in the doctor, trying to believe in my faith, trying to believe in my child, and moving on from there, crossing the hurdles, crossing one, getting prepared for the another, for the other, reaching out to people. If people reached out, my friends and family who reached out, holding their hand when I fell, when I got up. So life went on like this, and little achievements give me the courage and the encouragement that yes, there can be achievements even if there are disappointments. So life went on like that. And now my daughter is 28 years old. Little challenges, as in terms of me taking up the challenges, there were always two ways. One is the easier one without challenge. The other one was a difficult one, which was quite challenging. And mostly it was path which was not explored by anybody. Not that somebody could guide me. People did encourage, people did make me aware in terms of yes, try, you should try, let's see. But they could only advise that much because they didn't know from any experience. They could not, they had not experienced the challenges that I was facing. But taking baby steps, we came a long way. My daughter is now 28 years old.
And from what I know, what I've seen of Medha, that I see on social media, I think she's doing beautifully well. She's working now currently. She's independent and she's managing things for herself. So
Yes.
I think it's a great job done by you, Nivedita, and all the hard work that you've done all these years together. They are now giving you the results that you are working towards or you were aiming for. You wrote this book, and I think I just fell in love with the title Above and Beyond. This is such a deep meaning it has to it. So, before I attach my meaning and understanding to this, I would request you to tell us what is this book about and why did you choose this title, Above and Beyond?
I'll tell you frankly, Shivali, I came across this label, the title Above and Beyond in when I was doing my blog, and somehow I fell in love with the title, and I tried to figure out myself why. How about naming my blog Above and Beyond. And it was the other way around. Like I'm looking for a title and to fit into my journey or what I want to say, but it was not that way. I found the title, it came to me, and then I found reasons which were kind of fitting into the title. So I would say above, see, whatever you think you can do, if this is the limit, try to go above that. And beyond, if you think this is all I can do, go beyond that. So there is no box for us, no limit for us. You must try, you must. That is how I relate to the name. And the book, is this what you asked or something more?
No, that's it about the book that you've written. So, what is this book about? Though we understand, that this is about your journey with your daughter, and what a beautiful young lady she's turned up to be into. So, yeah, please tell us more about the book and maybe certain points which you want to emphasize, you want the community to know. So, we would love to hear it from you.
So coming to the book, why have I written the book? There have been some very well-wishers, very close well-wishers of mine who always said, you must note down your experiences, learnings, which will help younger parents. I said, yes, that's a good idea because I used to always note down my points, what to do, what I learned, where I failed, what more I can try for everything, be it at academics, be it extracurricular, whatever. But, I didn't find the time or I didn't have the peace of mind to sit and write. That needs a lot of patience and the faith and the that enthusiasm to write. I didn't have that because it was I was kind of running, running, pausing, walking, running, pausing, walking. For that you had to sit back, think and write. That at time I didn't have. So when did this book come? During pandemic, when I found time for it. One day a friend of mine, Preeti Chadda, she told me, Niveta, for a website, will you just write something about your journey? No, she was too close to me. She is very close to me. So I said, okay, for her, let me do it. So I wrote something for her. And the moment and she said that once in a while, if I ask you, will you write something more? I said, okay, I'll write something more. The moment I wrote the first chapter, I couldn't stop myself from writing the second, and it went on. So this is how the book started as a blog and continued to be a book. When others liked the blog, they said, why don't you transform it into a book? That is how this book started. And why have I written the book? Primarily because I wanted the parents to know that it's not a very simple journey. If you are in a very bad, difficult scene, do understand, read the book and see this shall pass. Don't think that this is the end. If this did not work, something else will work. Have that faith. So I want the parents who are struggling, if I can reach out to them, to know that this shall pass and try something else. And if something has not worked for you, may work for somebody else. Similarly, if something hasn't worked for somebody else, may work for you. So try, don't give up, try again. Resilience is something that you have to build. And for whom are you building this? For your child. And who knows the child best? You know the child best. So that is for my parents who are in my boat, who are following me, who are younger. And for the community, yes. When I have mentioned few disappointments, few discouragements, not with any bad intention, people who tried their best, who wanted to help but could not help. Maybe that only a reader can tell me if I can make that little bit of impact to the community, not a special needs parent, for another parent. Only I'm waiting for reviews from such parents. Is it ringing that bell in them? That what can I do? Let them figure out what can you do. If this mother is smiling, probably there's so much that mother has gone through the whole day. Probably the child has had a meltdown, but she chose to come out with the child. Let's see how we can help. So that kind of feeling I want to, just what to say that.
Stir in people.
Yes, I
Yeah.
want to do that.
So then on this note, I would like to request and make an appeal to all the blogger community friends who join us very frequently. I think we are very blessed to have the support from the bloggers community here on this platform specifically. Everybody, those who are there, please go pick up your copy of this book. Read it, because your reviews can actually make an impact on several lives. So here is your chance to read the book, make the change, be part of this drive. If you have not joined us yet, I would request you that please go read the book Above and Beyond. Give your reviews, honest, earnest reviews, that we want to know that how did you find it and what stirred, what thought, what emotion it stirred in you. Coming back to your journey, Nivedita, you are a special educator, you're working yourself, and all these years you've been working along with your daughter to raise her and do the right things for her. How did you manage it? Because some of us parents, I'm not talking about neurotypical or divergent, I'm generally saying parents generally find it difficult to balance these two different roles that they have to play, because each of is equally demanding. So what is your secret mantra of making this balance?
I'm still learning to balance. I would like to tweak your question a little bit in the sense that we all, each woman who is here is balancing. Either it's with between the children, either it's work and home, or profession and family members. Everyone is balancing. So it is only that I have an extra thing to balance. That is, you have to give that extra time, real time, bonding time, hard work time with your child with special needs, and definitely try to live up to the expectation of workplace, live up to the expectation of the family members. And if you have another child, like I have a son who is in 12th grade now, 17-year-old, also trying your best to give the best that you can give to that child. It's not easy. I'm still struggling. I'm still learning, actually, because every time I'm learning something, because sometimes if you at this point, when my son who's studying, and that is the time I have done my all other chores, sat with my, and I feel like coming and sitting with him and giving him some quality time, which is just not needed. He doesn't want me that time beside him. He doesn't want me to see what he's doing and what he's studying. But I thought, oh, I'm doing a great job by giving him that time. So that's why I want to say that I'm still learning how much to give, when to give, and whether to give or not, what kind of time to give. So balancing, you say, balancing between children, I have come to some certain level, but my son, who I will not call now, would give you would give you a better answer whether I'm doing well or not. Now, coming to work, I would say balancing. First, I'll come to the advantage, because being a parent for most of my years with my daughter, learning has been huge, and you get two perspectives. So when I'm working in school, I'm doing what I'm supposed to do for the child. And when I meet a parent or in a meeting or for during dispersal, I understand what she is going to feel when I say this. So that is, I say, I am blessed to have that advantage. Being a mother of a special needs and being able to serve children with special needs, I have the advantage of I'm being able to understand what kind of question is coming to the mother when the educator is saying this. Is she understanding my struggle? If ma'am is saying that this child will take a little more time, does ma'am understand that I might feel hopeless? How long more? How much harder do I have to work? How how much longer will my son take to come to that level? Those are the questions going on in the mother's mind, and I know exactly that. So I would say that is a huge advantage in my state. So I not always, but I try to do justice to that. I try to heal the mother, at the same time give the clear picture. This is what I would say the role of both educator and parent. Now, coming to balancing, it becomes a bit difficult at times when my daughter has been unwell, when she used to cry a lot, and probably I would prefer to be beside her, not go to work. But here I'm there, and at work also I'm not sitting with computer and other things. I have to sit with my three more children with special needs, or four more children. I have to make a difference to them. So it was difficult initially, but I knew I had to do it, because that is a commitment, as serious and as genuine commitment as the commitment of a mother back at home. So I learned through experience and learned to switch off. Yes.
Well, I can see what a beautiful soul you are, because while you were talking, we could see a lot of emotions coming on your face and in your voice and in your eyes and the tone and everything.
Thank
So, really, a big tight hug for you for being who you are and for supporting the other fellow parents also. Because, like you said very beautifully here, that when you were on this journey and you did not had enough help initially, you know how it feels, to be a parent. And the advantage for, I would say, the kids who come to you and the parents who come to you is that you're a parent yourself who understands that what it means to raise a child and have patience. Resilience, you said, it's a beautiful quality. It is, I think, it becomes a skill for parents, when you are raising a special need child, that you have to work on it and hone it, and you know just constantly be there. And that itself needs a lot of power and energy and strength. So kudos to you for being who you are, Nivedita. And every time that I meet a parent, I'm filled with a new energy towards life. And I feel that, yeah, there is so much that we need to do together. So, this thought that we were discussing a little while ago also of self advocacy, when there are kids or young adults who are able to speak for themselves, some who are non-verbal but they're able to write for themselves, but then there is some segment also which is not neither able to read, write, or express themselves very well. So do you think that parents should come and advocate for them instead of choosing to be otherwise?
See, every parent has to advocate for the child, be it special needs, be it special needs, mother of a child who is nonverbal. Now, I've heard from parent, I would like to, um, s- uh, mm, I would love to advise, not advise, basically suggest that it should be a family approach. It should be a family. It's just not a parent. It's very, very tough for one parent to go on like that. So, a family, and especially in cases, see, as we all know, autism is a spectrum disorder, so there can be common factors, definitely, apart from communication and social skills and all that. Somebody who is not non-verbal, as you mentioned, somebody who's verbal but not so communicative, somebody who is still learning, somebody who is able to express but not able to adjust it. So there is a huge combination of these kind of areas. Now, seeing the diversity in autism, also seeing the challenges that every child faces, it's more less, the pace of learning, pace of improving, or pace of comprehending, all that is so different. So I would request the family to come together, a family who can, if it comes to going out for a walk, probably another person, another parent, or a cousin or somebody can take that over another. So what happens, there are two things which are happening. One person does not get totally exhausted and drained out. Secondly, that child learns to express in different ways, learns to learn in different ways from different people. Number three, what happens, a child has restriction, that child who is not has restrictions in expressing. So many people are learning the way of, if the child is making this action or trying to express, another person is understanding, oh, if he's doing this, that means I have to do this way. Another third person who's working hard one on one will understand, or probably try to teach the language. So what I mean to say is a holistic approach by the family, relatives. It's not one person's work, not one parent's work, not just one teacher's work. So it also has to be this way, that if I'm sending the child to school or for a therapy, only that person is doing all that work. No, you have to learn that. You have to work at home. If the therapist is working hard, you have to do the follow-up work at home. If the teacher is working hard, you have to. So when there are so many people working with the child, there are so many people who are understanding the child. And when there are, it's not the parent who's advocating, the community starts advocating. At least 5 to 6 people will understand the child, will try ways of improving the skills of the child, and things will improve. And every person is getting some respite, every person is getting some me time, to, feel more empowered to work with the child. So I don't know if I could answer your question
No,
that.
I think you did beautifully. The respite care is so important. It is very, very important to give that time out. And I think it is needed both ways. Like you were saying that you thought you were giving quality time to your son, while he actually didn't want it. He didn't need it also at that time. So maybe it is the other way around for the young adults and children who are on the spectrum or who have special needs. They also need some time away from a constant watch.
Yeah,
Yes, they also need that
that
time away. Yeah. So, how beautifully you describe this that the entire village comes together, the entire community comes together. And this has been, I think, the starting thought when we took up this as a project of creating awareness. What is the role of community? Because there are a lot of people, and I think they're doing beautiful job when it comes to spreading awareness. Providing therapies, providing sessions, counseling session to parents. There's so many of them who are doing beautiful work, but I think somewhere the community also needs to come together to identify that how can I make a difference? How can I be of help? Uh, Somebody was telling me the other day that if the community just accepts us the way that our children are, even that is a big help to us, right? So my next very organic question here is that we talk about inclusion, and everybody has different ways to look at inclusion, and people are trying their different ways to practice inclusion. So what is your thought about inclusion? How do you see it?
I see it a little differently, you see. Uh, I learned sign language during pandemic. So it was not about including those people with me. I wanted to be included in their community. So when we were doing the course with ISL, more, 2, 3 teachers of us, they use sign language. So it was so interesting that they are teaching me. So I am learning. I am being a part of them. Similarly, I would like I have also tried this and have been successful to a large extent. I am working in Sri Ram School, Aravali, and it's a beautiful community. And I'm blessed to have such sensitive educators, so many of them, just not one or two. I can just start counting and I'll not stop before 40 or 50 who have reached out. Yes, they are reaching out. So when they reach out to understand or know my daughter and other special need children in different forms. So in grade 1, we will have 4, 5 children in autism, or grade 2. So they are understanding, they are learning. So they are not always telling them do like this, like the rest. They are trying to understand the child, what will help the child to to be more comfortable, yet learn. So that is what inclusion is, not always forcing that child to do like others, but to find that comfort zone of that child, which will make him happy learner, a learner who is happy and comfortable in the learning zone, in the atmosphere, in the immediate classroom, in the play area. And that is what all my educator friends and colleagues are doing. That is, have I been able to bring that fine line between inclusion? Instead of pulling them to do like others, let us find a way, a space where we are with them, helping them to learn. That is my lookout as inclusion. So when I take her down today in the Diwali Mela, she will be there, but I will not force her to do everything what others are doing. We'll see what is comfortable for her to do, what she is enjoying. If there is something bothering her, I'll try to solve that. So I will be in her territory to make her comfortable, yet keep her in an atmosphere which I know is sensitive towards her. So here in my park and community today, in my condominium, there will be people who wouldn't know her. There will be people who will come, approach and say hello. How is your daughter doing? How are you doing? Happy Diwali. There will be people coming there because they've seen her uh, cycling downstairs. They've seen her going to the market or walking in the park. So they are aware that there is a person like this who is a little different. The mother is with her all the time when she's doing some activity, cycling or something. People are aware. Thankfully, 26 years ago, it was not like this. People only stared and glared and laughed. So things have changed, because when I go to the mall, I see things are changing gradually. For me, inclusion is exposure and accepting and moving forward, take one step at a time, and uh, give benefit of doubt at times to the people who do not know, who are ignorant. That also helps. One day they'll understand. I don't know. I think again I diverted a bit. If I did, please tell me, ask me again.
No, no, no. You didn't divert at all. In fact, you touched upon a point that I always ask this question. That one thing is that lack of awareness. When I have lack of awareness, I would not. I would rather choose to not respond to anything. I am referring to the community, maybe which doesn't know. And when I have the knowledge that what it means to have a child, how to have a child who has spectrum or who is having some sort of a special need, what is expected out of me, what is the right thing for me to do, what is that I should avoid doing. Now these are things one can only know when you are in close proximity with somebody who has that kind of a special need or a challenge. Now that only happens when you bring your child out, that only happens when you allow people to interact, that only happens when you take that one step forward and you say this, yes, this is it, this is the help that you can do. There would be situations when you really don't need any help, you just want people to be, like you were saying, that just be there. uh, so I think it is a step that we both sides need to take a little bit forward. We have to come out, and the other side has to start accepting that yes, this is how it is, and we can be of help. A lot of times we don't, people don't come out to help because they don't know what can be done. So bringing that awareness out, and for that I think your book is going to do that work of explaining people what can be done. Yes, and I really wish you a lot of luck on your book. But there's some more that I need to ask. As there's a parent who has sent me a message on my phone, and the message is, "You raised your daughter when 26 years ago. Today she's 28. When the child was diagnosed, and you yourself was a special educator. You were a student of psychology then."
Yeah, I had just passed out, done my graduation in child psychology. I wasn't a special educator.
Yeah, okay.
No
So,
experience.
yeah, as a new parent to know subject that you knew, and then from there you picked up. How did this journey happen? What all did you do? Because this parent wants to know that what needs to be done so that her child also reaches this stage of being independent. That is what each parent would want to see, that my child becomes independent. So she's asked me what are the steps that she took, wherein her daughter is now independent. So maybe they can also practice the same for their kid.
So being independent is a skill which came much later. Okay. Initially, then when she was very young, that was only the skill of, following instruction. So it started with following instruction. The main thing that I believed in was that when I got the diagnosis, it could work in two ways. One is that you can just restrict yourself. So if this is the diagnosis, this she can do, this she can't do, this will not happen, this can happen, may not happen. So it's just no and yes, and to get, and it's done. So that I had revolted in. First, that you have to believe that there is no limit. What my child can do and what she's going to excel in, it is you and the child who's going to decide, and vice versa, child and you. So you have to pave the path for the child, give her all the support. For that, first give exposure to the child. What is she good in? What is her that as Shelja said, my counselor used to always say, look for the speck of gold in every child. So that speck of gold is in all the children, also in our children with who are differently able. So find that, try to give her exposure, train that child, work on the skills. In my child's case, it was she could read at a very, very young age. So I knew that I could use that to help her to learn to speak, use that to make sentences, use that to write, use that to type. So that was her strength. There are children who are very, very good with mathematics. So a child who's very, very good with drawing and painting and expressing, probably you teach language through drawing, painting, and whatever, art, any art medium. So you have to know your child. For knowing the child, give exposure and go. Let the child, academics is important to a large extent. For me, it was an advantage because she could read at a very young age, as early as 1.5 year old. So look for that strength in the child, work on the difficult areas, give exposure. If you are very, very demotivated, you remember that this shall pass and tomorrow will be another day. Empower yourself, give yourself time, move away from the child, give time to yourself so that you can come back fresh and more energized. So this is the initial years. Then I was, she was lucky to go to Sri Ram school, which had this facility of exposing the child in normal environment in terms of activities that she got. And then we, through academics, in school, there was nobody who was helping my child. There was no one-on-one help. But in workplace, when she was going and she was falling sick, I started sending somebody to be around in her workplace, so that if she has a problem there. But in school, school plays a very, very important role in making the child independent. They use buddy system. Buddy system helps a child who is not so good in academics, like in my daughter's case, she was good in academics and very, very weak in communication. So another child could have, it would be a good combination, permutation combination. A child who's good with communication was helping my daughter to be more independent. So these things go with the flow. But first, believe in your child and give exposure to the child and take one step at a time. I did not have any goal that my child is going to work there. I didn't know. I didn't dare to dream that dream. It is only later that things fell in place. I took one step at a time with hope and with faith.
Wow. So beautifully defined. I hope this friend of mine got the message clear. And I think this is a message for each one of us, who all are parents, that you believe in your child, know the strengths and the skills of the child, and then just flow with the flow. But it gets difficult when you need to coordinate with so many people, and when some people do not fit into that jigsaw puzzle so well. And that is where I think all of us need to come together to bridge that gap and to be support of each other. And so just be around and make yourself available if something is needed. That is, I think, the best thing to practice inclusion. Wherever that we are. I have just now shared the link of the book, which is available on Amazon. It's got 5-star ratings. It's got 10 reviews already. You also have a chance to buy or pick up your copy of book and read it, and do share your reviews on Amazon. And you can directly reach out to Nivedita. She's there on Facebook available. You can write to her if you like. Because there's somebody who's asked me for the link. Rashmi Sood, thank you so much for asking for the link. I've shared it already there. Yeah. So, there is so much that I still want to ask you, and this is about Megha. So, if you feel comfortable talking about her, please tell us about her. I know that she's working as a librarian in one of the reputed schools. What is she like? You mentioned that she loves to read. She started to read very early. So, please tell us more about her.
There's so much to you do. It'll be convenient if you could ask me questions, because there's so much to talk about her. Um, like right now, I can tell you now, because now is communication is something that I'm working on. Communication of abstract things. Medha, what's on your mind right now? She'll say that Sinoj is her physical trainer, whether Sinoj coming or not. Medha, why do you think it's worrying you? Because you're tired? Well, yes. What would you prefer doing? So this kind of communication, constant, like maybe I go 10 questions I ask, I try to understand her feelings and her thoughts. That is the most difficult part. At times you or me, we are also at lots of thoughts, something that I don't like, something I don't want to do, but I don't want to talk about it. I don't know how to talk about it. And for a person, an adult with special needs and especially autism, with communication, it's very difficult. So we've reached a stage where I'm going on poking and trying to get into her feelings, thoughts, and worries. So at times she does have mood swings and she cries and she weeps. She says, I don't know the reason. So I write down all the possible reasons. And there is an option of, is your tummy aching? Are you feeling uncomfortable? During her menstruation cycle, I asked Medha, is there any pain? Are you feeling heavy? Do you want to sit? Do you want to lie down? So I think of all the possible discomforts that she can be having, and so that she can relate to it. If at times for our hormonal imbalance, we feel so restless and unable to express, but we know that we can't just cry. Probably, if given a choice, we could also start howling and crying. But this girl probably would cry. So I am trying to make her aware that during my menses, when I am uncomfortable, I'm unsettled. These are the thoughts which are coming to me, Medha. Does this thought come to you? Do you feel this way? This is my at present I'm trying to work on this area of my daughter. Now, coming to Medha, what she likes the most is she loves to plan. So, we are going on a short 2-day trip tomorrow to Nimrana. She now has learned that five-star hotel is the best because it's very, very comfortable and all the other things. So, she has made it a point that she wants to go to five-star hotel every month. She doesn't understand that it's going to be very, very expensive and not affordable. So I'm trying to explain to her that this is a lot of money. We can spend only after 3 months. So this is another kind of discussion we are having. Exercise. Exercise is so, so important, Nitha. I know you don't want to exercise. Now let us give this choice. How do you want to do upper body or do you want to do lower body first? So whenever there is an she doesn't want to do something or apprehension and probably feeling lazy, she would say okay, lower body. So she knows that instead of saying a no to exercise, she'll say okay, today only upper body. After upper body, can we just lie down and do some stretching? Yes. So how to how to adjust, basically how to do what you need to do, but not with forcing, not with you have to do. Logic is also working now. We have to exercise, Baba, this or that. So she now knows this has to be done, whether this or that. I have to agree to it. So one day, the 2 days ago, I came back late from school, and I could not connect with her. When I came, and it was just 10 minutes left for the physical trainer to come, who comes all the way from Delhi. She said, I have a headache. I said, now if I give her medicine, ma'am, what kind of headache is it? Do you need a balm, or do you need uh, crocin painkiller or Saridon? Now she has reached that level, she can say crocin painkiller. So because now Sinoj will be coming, we don't have so much of time. We can't say no to him because he can't go back to Delhi. So this kind of explanation is working now. This never happened before. Earlier, she couldn't ask, she could not understand, and she could not agree. So this is the level where we are still working on it. We've not achieved, but yes, we are achieving part by part. It's a gradual learning. This is my present meta. And coming to studying NIUS, when we did, every subject had 20 to 30 chapters. This girl is to mug up everything. Now, advantage is there many times we understand, we mug up the points, and then we go for an exam. We sit for an exam. For her case, she mugs up everything, then she understands. It's the other way around. And earlier it would be like this. You ask a question. If the question is not asked in the same way, in the same manner, in the same, the words in the sentence are not placed in the similar way, she would not know. So later we had to work hard that a particular answer can be asked in 4 ways. 4 questions will have the same answer. So this kind of learning also happens. So these learnings, if the parents are listening, I never knew. I learned and she learned. We both learned together because situations made us learn. We never planned. We never knew that she would be able to do NIVS. We never knew she would be able to work. And she did learn the skills in library very well. Like due date slips is very simple. Entries would be so fast with all the parameters feeding in the computer. Then even issuing and returning of books, children have learned to queue up, because if they have been told this ma'am gets little upset if we make a lot of noise. So in that way, the children got sensitized to be quieter. Though the need of the hour in a library is that you need to be quiet, but
Yeah, I think that's just the perfect job for her, you know. You need to maintain silence, and so there's no sensory overload happening there.
yes, yes. So these are
Great.
few things that I could think of sharing. If you
I
can
think you're such a warm and compassionate person yourself, Nivedita, that whatever that you do, it radiates through your when you talk. And you know, I have got comments here. People have really appreciated the way that you're talking about your daughter and the work that you're doing around her, and that your work that you're doing along with the other children also, that you're doing so compassionately. I really don't have a heart to say that this is going to be it for us, and I want this conversation to go on and on. But if there is any note that you want to share with parents, and this question that I asked about how did you manage to make sure that Medha reaches this level of independence, it was also because a lot of us we give up early because the therapies are not giving results. We don't have the patience or the time, or it is taking too long as per our expectations. The child is not showing any positive response, and sometimes we go impatient. Resilience and persistence and all of it, we all are human beings. We tend to feel low. So if you want to share some notes for parents, what they should do, and also to the community, if you have some message to give.
Thank you for uh, that. I am capable of doing that, making me feel that. Thank you so much. First, I'd go back to that involve your good friends who are willing to help, relatives who are willing to help and who are aware and willing to learn. Involve them. Give delegate work. A routine is very, very important. Breaking the routine is equally important. And prepare the child to break the routine is preparing the child is also very important. Routine is good, but when you don't prepare, it can cause a lot of havoc. So that is important. Now for parents, I would say no matter how and what, do find time for yourself. Do find time for yourself. Listen to everybody, empower yourself, learn, but do what you think is right for your child. What the other person is saying is not wrong, and the intention is definitely good. Do respect the thought, but if it's not working for you, say very politely, it's not working for me now, probably yes, and I'll make a note, but do what you think is right. What you are doing may be wrong, then change the way. Because if the result is not coming now by doing XYZ, it might come later after 2 months or 2 years. Because as I told you, independence was not an issue initial in school years. Then it became a little bit of, see, she went to work alone, all alone. She used to work, we used to drop, we come back. But then a stage came when she started getting into a shell. She stopped talking, she started with. So we had to have someone around and to see that she's okay mentally. I mean, in mental health is fine. So, some things, it's like that game. We go forward, we come backward. Something we achieve now, maybe later we don't achieve that, and vice versa. So never lose hope. Your child, don't compare. Don't compare. Only one thing is common, which is faith and hope. But the pace of learning, pace of improvement is not same. It is different. It can be fast with you now. It can be fast with that person later. It can be this way for you. It can be the other way for you. But hope and faith remains. And empower yourself. How? By doing things that you like, what you want to do, hobby, dress up, go for a party. I'm a very party person. If my friends are watching this, they are smiling and they're laughing also. So, but when I work with my daughter, even if there is a bhookamp, if there is an earthquake, I'll rather wait, finish my work, and then go down the stairs. It's like that. So it has to be devotion, 100% work with your child, and plan it very nicely. I think. Do you think it's enough?
No, no, this is so
Yeah, yeah.
beautifully put. Okay, then let me ask you. You mentioned that you're a party person. You love to party. So work hard, party harder is the motto of the life,
Yes,
right?
yes, yes.
Beautiful. I also want to tell the viewers, those who have not seen Nivedita's sign language pledge that she took for us on autism spectrum. The team is actually working on reaching to 1 million hearts. I know this number is too huge and very ambitious, but that's what we want to reach, where we want to touch those many hearts who want to come along and pledge for inclusion. And I just loved when Nivedita shared that the pledge in sign language. So, Nivedita, because there would be some people who would be watching. I have enrolled, I'm enrolling for a sign language course myself to learn and to really practice inclusion the way that I can. I would request if you could say something in sign language to people who are watching, And please also do make a request on our behalf that people come together. And you also talk about your book in sign language if you want to. It's over to you for next 2-3 minutes.
I have not practiced. I wish you told me this before. I can only say I pledge inclusion.
Okay, great.
Okay.
And I have to tell you,
Yes.
I love the way that you are. So it is claps for you, for the person that you are. This I've been taught by
Thank you.
somebody. Yeah,
This is thank you.
yeah, yes.
And
So
this is I love everyone.
superb. So thank you so much for joining us today, Nivedita. This is Diwali time. Oh yeah, this is the book. Let me put you on the spotlight for 1 minute. Yep, lovely, lovely. So I have already shared the link on this chat in the comment section for people to go and pick up this book from Amazon. You can order. And we would request that please read the book. Do leave us the reviews. Your honest and earnest reviews is what we're looking for. And this is the festivity time, and Nivedita is wearing a beautiful, vibrant dupatta. There's a backstory to it also. I would request you please tell our viewers about that as well.
I think some of my colleague friends have joined. This is the gift from my school, Shriyam School. We got it as a Diwali gift this time. It's a beautiful color from the start.
It is so much full of festivity, and we wish from the entire team of the Spectrum Autism, I wish everybody a very happy, safe, and prosperous Diwali. And thank you, Nivedita, and all the very best for your book. And please give our blessings to Amida also.
Thank you so much, Shivali. Thank you, everyone, all my viewers who took out time to listen to us. I hope I didn't disappoint you. Thank you.
I think a lot of people have written Poona Amma is one of our, she's a senior citizen, she's a grandparent, and she is always there when we are having these lives. We have her blessings with us, and she's written up beautiful words about you. I think you should go back to the comment section and reply to those comments. So thank you so much for joining, and to all the viewers who are watching, have a beautiful, safe, and happy Diwali. This is from us. Thank you so much. Bye.
Thank you. Namaste. Bye bye.
Have a pleasant weekend. Thank you. Bye bye. Thank you, Nivedita.